everyone. Mhm. Okay, so this session is going to be live on my LinkedIn profile as well, to reach out to more audience. All right. Okay, three, two, one. So we are live on LinkedIn as well, with the audience that is joining us directly here on our Zoom. So welcome everyone to this what we call a secret webinar, and there is a reason for calling it a secret webinar. I want to let three more people joining in who are in the waiting. So yeah, so we just started, and thank you everyone for joining in. I know people are joining in from different time zones. My name is Hamas Siddiqui. I'm based in Toronto. We have Wali Khan joining in from Dubai, and we have Sayyid Nadeem joining in from Saudi Arabia, and I'm sure uh, you all are joining in from different countries as well. So welcome to this secret webinar. And why do so I named it as a secret webinar. And the reason is that we have our own secrets to share with you uh, in public. So whatever we're going to share with you is what we have experienced in our journey of achieving financial freedom. And what are some of the myths that we have seen people um, thinking of or not thinking of, and ultimately some of us struggle as well. So those who are joining us on LinkedIn, we will try to monitor LinkedIn questions as well. So if you have a question, you can actually add that question on LinkedIn in here as well. We will open it up for Q&A once a little chat is done by three of us, and we will take your questions. And also, if you want to highlight something that you have experienced in your journey as a professional. And hopefully, some participants from our ongoing batch, that is batch one of Money Mindset Masterclass, will also join us, and we will be able to learn from them as well. Without any further ado, as we know that, okay, I was expecting 10, 12 people. We already have 20, so that shows the interest of in this topic. So again, thank you very much for joining in. So this whole concept of money mindset masterclass started a few months ago, where Wali and Nadeem and me, we started talking. And interestingly, uh, we have never met. Wali and Nadeem recently met in Dubai when Nadeem went to Dubai for some work. So they both met. I never met these guys. So and our only friendship is virtual friendship. And we started learning from each other, and we thought, okay, this is what we have done. We three have our unique skills and unique expertise. And ultimate goal for any professional is to uh, have a decent enough life with financial freedom. We three achieved it to some extent, yes, and the journey continues. Why don't we bring our knowledge, skill, and experience together and create a course, create a program that will help professionals learn how we achieve financial freedom and create their own pathway to their financial freedoms. So this is the basic concept behind this whole journey. So with this, I will actually ask Nadeem Bhai to
Azad,
share his journey. Please, can you all mute yourself when you join? I mean, I can mute you as well, but then you won't be able to unmute. So let me just
कहते हो 65 पे
mute.
जो वाली के 5 पहले क्या
Okay,
5
all right. Okay. So I've muted everyone. We have more people in the waiting room, so let them join in. So Nadeem Bhai, can you unmute yourself? Yes, you can. So let's start
Yes,
with
Hamza.
your journey. With your journey, as you know, when did you think that you should be looking at financial freedom? Although you are in Saudi Arabia, you work in the field of finance, and as a professional, you have decent enough earnings. So why did you actually jump into this whole coaching and mentoring and creating these courses thing? Over to you.
See, everybody has to live with the financial freedom. If you ask me what is financial freedom definition, it's very simple that uh, you should have that kind of luxury to spend your needs without relying on your paycheck, monthly paycheck. This is one of the thing which I was, because we are living outside our home country and we don't have that kind of residential status in this country, so we have to go back our country. So if I'm making some money here, why not I can spend some money or invest some money from my salary to create my side hustle, so that if I will leave this country and go back to my country, I should have something in my hands, concrete, that can be shifted towards that area. So I'm living in Saudi Arabia from 13 years. I'm very happy with my job and everything. I have very good salary, but always you have some fear in your mind. I cannot say fear, it's kind of that you should have something yourself, because whatever you are doing in your whole life, you are doing for others. You are spending from 9 to 5 to serve others who has some dream. Okay, so why not, when you will implement your dream, that dream is more important than any other dream, because I always has a passion to start my platform where I can coach people, I can teach people, because it's this passion not from now. It was started when I started my career, because I was living in Pakistan, and at that time there is no space in the market where you can jump into and get the market if you have some passion. So when I, after COVID, actually I realized that potential, that if you have these kind of social media platforms and you can teach anybody in the world, that opportunity comes in my mind, and I execute it by developing one of the course of digital mindset. And then before that we developed the course of finance business partnering, because my background is finance. So I was thinking that what is the course is needed to the market, because everybody is good in accounting and finance, but they are not good in the soft skills. So I spent some time, 3 to 4 years, researching the market. I spent some money on the tools and equipments which I'm using. From now, you can see on my background, it's all about the investment I have done here. So a few months ago, I launched my program, Digital Mindset, and that course actually giving us a lot of clarity to the people that what is the finance of future of finance. And that course is giving me very good feedback. I was not uh, created that course in a way that I will sell to the whole world, but I have some passion that I wanted to execute. Whether it is failed or pass, it's secondary. But I have something to create that will fulfill my requirement and passion. So, Alhamdulillah, that course is going fine. And we are, I think, collaborating together another course, which is also jumping into the market, and very good feedback is coming. So, I'm living in Saudi Arabia since last 13 years, and I'm working in a very good company. So, I'm also happy, but I'm also happy to contribute time and money to my side hustle in the evening time. So, I have two stages in my life. One is the first half where I serve my employer, and second half where I serve myself.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you very much. And Wali, uh, you also started like monetizing it properly during the COVID time. Very, very inspiring story. I mean, you are an engineer working at Etisalat. Why bother?
Thank you, Hamad, for inviting me here as well. Good thing is that we are collaborating like anything, and our late night meetings are turning up into something very productive. I must say that we are normally doing these meetings for this course that we were preparing maybe 3 a.m. as well. Sometimes we were meeting at 2 a.m., 3 a.m. late nights. Anyways, this was really an experience for me, because collaboration is always bringing some productive outcomes that we are ignoring. I have been ignoring this. I made a LinkedIn post about that as well. Anyways, uh, if so, anybody doesn't know about myself because I've been active on social media, on YouTube, and on LinkedIn as well. I am I'm doing a day job as a telecom manager here in a very big company in the UAE. Apart from that, I have started my YouTube channel in during the COVID time, because during the COVID we were actually just lying around doing nothing. During that time, I actually did not started. I was getting motivation from a lot of different YouTube channels till the point that I uploaded my first video. And it's all about personal finance, because I've seen a lot of people, either they are, let's say, finance professionals, doctors, engineers, they lack basic finance knowledge or acumen. That is very, very common things that I think that it was something which is no brainer for a lot of people. But I came to know about this because a lot of content that I was putting in was searchable in the beginning, and a like few videos of mine got into search algorithm of YouTube, and then some people came to me within the office, and they started asking me questions regarding what videos I was uploading at that time. And then I realized that people around me were not having those kind of let's say that kind of knowledge, which I was thinking it should be very common. I can go about it, what were the type of content that I was putting up at that time. But as time progressed, 6 months into content creation, I found out how I can monetize it as well, alongside helping other people. And this is what I'm doing right now as well, because now the streams have diversified. I've got a Urdu YouTube channel which is having almost 90,000 subscribers now. I've got an English channel as well which is having 4,000 subscribers. I've got a WhatsApp community having 2,000 users, free WhatsApp community, by the way. I've got a newsletter as well. I've got TikTok channel. I've got Facebook. I've got so many other platforms. All the platforms that you can think of, I'm using them at my disposal. This is free marketing tools available. These are free marketing tools available for anybody and everybody who is having any kind of account on social media. I've got LinkedIn as well. I got serious about LinkedIn in last 6 months, I would say, and from 1,500 followers, I reached to almost 7,000 followers now. So I can say about social media a lot. And this is something which has changed my life actually. About personal finance and financial freedom, of course, it has come as a byproduct, because I've been talking about these things, and somehow these side hustles have become integral part of my life. Alongside my day job, I've learned how to be productive. I've learned how to manage time alongside, because everybody asks me, how do you manage pumping 4 videos a week on, let's say, YouTube, and pumping daily content on LinkedIn, and so on and so forth. It's all about time management. This we are also talking about in our course as well. So yeah, um, we can talk a lot. I mean, I once I start my story, it just drags on. I hope I don't get I don't bore you guys. So yeah, back to you, Ahmad.
Thank you very much. So again, amazing story. My story is also there, and this is something that those friends who already know me, they know the story. I think I'm the oldest in the group at this point in time. I'm 60 years of age. I started my journey as a solopreneur from as an economist, full of my life into solopreneur on 1st of April 2020. I had no idea what I'm going to do, but I knew that I'm going to use my knowledge, skill, and experience in creating my own space and start kind of monetizing it. And again, LinkedIn was my go-to platform at that point in time. I grew. I have I think more than 83,000 followers on LinkedIn. I've got my newsletter is about 47,000 subscribers. I'm on TikTok. I'm not, my Facebook account was hacked, so I'm no longer on Facebook as much. Uh, and my 100% income is generated through these efforts. So as a solopreneur, I grew myself from literally making in the first month $50 to making a five-figure income. And all that happened in the past 5 years. And I work from a bedroom. I'm actually sitting in my bedroom right now as well. I have got a little studio downstairs. I was a little lazy going downstairs and putting my lights up, so I just brought my lights here and doing this. So I have there that freedom. I can literally work from anywhere. And that is the beauty of when we utilize our own skills, knowledge, and experience and put everything together in creating our path to financial freedom. So, uh, and this is our story. And this is what actually inspired us to create a program which we call a Money Mastermind, um, Money Mindset Mastermind class, which
Tongue
we are
twister.
running. It's a long name. I always mixed it up. Uh, and there are some amazing learnings from that session. So we launched it, and to be very honest, when we launched, we didn't spend any paid amount. It was just the community that we are part of. That this is what we are doing, and there's a fee for the program. We launched it, and honestly speaking, 3 days before the actual first session, we were quite happy, and we were discussing three of us. Okay, we've got 6 enrollments. That looks quite nice. Okay, but in the next 2 days, we had 10 more enrollments, so we had to stop. We said, no, we can't take more than 15, 16 people in the first session. It's going to be the first session. So let's keep it there. And there were like 16 people. I'm sure some of them are here as well. I could see Imtiaz, I could see Khalid as well joining in. And they joined in, and we actually ran 2 sessions. So we promised, it's kind of a promise that, okay, it will be at least a 2 hours learning from three of us. So Wali had done his session. And this Saturday it's going to be Nadeem, and the next Thursday it's going to be me. And we have our own specialization that we're going to share in these programs to help you create your pathway. Now, there are some amazing learnings. So learning number one is what I'm going to share with you, and then Wali has got a few things to share with you. I think in this 16, about 7 or 8 people are from the finance background. In the finance, they're working in finance, experienced people, but they have not thought about their own financial freedom. That's like amazing learning. And the reason, was, and we debated, the reason is that we have never taught financial management or how do we grow. We just want to make money, spend money, and maybe there are some things that we invest for the future. Wali, we asked 3 questions. I think you have got the responses for that question, and you wanted to share something.
Yes. You can hear me, right?
Yes.
I'm not sure if I'm mute. No, yes,
Good,
fine.
good.
So,
Yeah.
so there was a very interesting poll by you, I think, in the first day of the cohort, and it was like, what are you most fearful of? Which is, let's say, losing money, or let's say, losing your day job, or losing your lifestyle. So this, for some reason, for me, it was very obvious that I was thinking that people would definitely say losing money, but it was my utter surprise, because the thing is, our mind this cohort is also not only from one single region, and this is a challenge for me, because earlier the course I developed was for only GCC expats, but this time this audience was, or let's say the students were coming from 9 different countries, and 16 participants were there. And on for that kind of diverse audience, which is coming from Australia, UAE, Saudi, Qatar, I think someone from UK as well, Germany, Europe in general, and then Canada. So it was a diverse audience, and then they have a different mindset as well from each region. The answer for that question was, the fear was, most of the people who answered was the fear of losing the lifestyle. So I was really surprised, because I thought that losing money was something which people would be saying. And then there were subset of those people, the people from GCC countries, they were saying losing job was their most feared issue that they can think of. Someone from, let's say, Europe said that, for me, it's not the job, because from job's perspective, Europe takes care of you. But losing money is something which you are fearful of. But the majority was talking about their lifestyle. And now, for that purpose, I always talk about not to increase your lifestyle, like in terms of expenses, not to have lifestyle inflation, and I talked about this in multiple videos. But that was a surprise to me, because this is something, it means that people do fear for. And if you're fear for this lifestyle degradation, or let's say downgrade, why to increase the lifestyle at the first place? So, this is what I mean. My session was for 3 hours long, and it was all about different mindset. We were talking about, let's say, we were talking about this lifestyle inflation. We were talking about how to calculate your net worth, because there are things that even major finance people do not know how to calculate the ROI on the investment they are doing. And not knowing such important aspect will definitely impact your financial decisions or life decisions in later stage of life. Let's say if you think about having a 9% ROI on a specific asset that you're owning, but it turns out that it was not 9%, it was 6%. And your all, let's say, life decisions were made on the fact that the particular asset is giving you 9% return. So there are so many things that we discussed in that, but this was something which was standing out for me in terms of human response on what they fear of at the most.
Absolutely. And you're so right. 16 people joining in from 9 countries was itself an amazing experience for us. And somebody waking up at 6 a.m. in the morning in Canada, and somebody joining in at 6 p.m. From Australia was really amazing. So actually, this actually is a proof of concept. Whenever we start any business thought, I think the proof of concept is one thing we really need to look at, and this is done basically. So the next session we are starting the full batch. We are starting on 8th of February. Before we actually talk about that session, let's do a fun poll. Let's do a fun poll and see at what age you learned about financial freedom. Yeah.
Obviously not at 25.
I think
Oh,
those
still
who are in
struggling.
This is very obvious,
yeah, yeah,
So unfortunately, our education system, Masab, is not teaching us the financial freedom and use of money. Actually, I am
yeah,
finance professionals. I have done CMA. I have done many certification in finance,
yeah,
but everybody is teaching us how to help your employer
yeah,
in terms
yeah,
of money management. But nobody is teaching us how to manage our money, because my salary is my money and I have to manage it. I
yeah,
have to manage very carefully. So this is a big gap if since our childhood, and people are dying without even having this knowledge. So this is the right time. If you are 40 plus, you have to have the wake up call, that how you can have the financial freedom and how you can utilize your money in terms of your future career plan.
absolutely. I mean, in my case, I was quite young. I was like 24, yeah, 24 and a half when I started my first job at British Deputy High Commission in Karachi. Good pay, and I could have started putting like maybe 500 rupees or 1,000 rupees into a mutual fund at that point in time, right? Every month, I could easily do that. I did not do it, right? I just was ignorant of the fact. Think about it. I'm now 60. 35 years of investment into a mutual fund. The compounding effect of that could be a huge, huge sum of money. So let's see. Not everybody has responded, but 74% participants have responded. Let's look at the result. And this is the result.
Still
And this
struggling.
also is interesting. So those who say it's 25, we take it because this is what you're thinking, that you actually learned about it. But mostly at 45, our actual working age starts at around 25, 30, 25, 30. So just think about it. If somebody has started working at around 30, at that point in time, he or she is able to take out like 5-10% of that income, and could understand how important it is not to buy an iPhone 16 Pro, but to have an iPhone and put some money aside. You would have like 15 years of wealth creation, a process of wealth creation for 15 years. Had you started at the age of 30? But the result shows us that like of 22 who responded, 59% are still struggling. Just think about it. If
Oh,
we,
100%. Yes,
yeah, yeah, go
100%.
ahead.
Because
Good.
you said about iPhone here, because I see a lot of people. Um, so this is common sense again to me, but people are not having common sense. Let's say I know people who do not have so much of income on their disposal, and still I'm based in Dubai, so I can see a lot of bling here in Dubai. So a lot of people spend insane amount of money in terms of or in comparison of what they have their income at. Let's say if they've got income of let's say 20,000 dirhams, they are buying the maximum configured iPhone for 6,000 dirhams or 7,000 dirhams. It doesn't make sense. And then they also, their change cycle is very frequent as well. Let's say they will sell the phone in 2 years and then buy a new one. This is the recipe of disaster if you do like that. For myself, although I am a fanatic of Apple and I use all kind of Apple devices at home as well because of my work, but before coming into the YouTube, I made a promise to myself that whenever I buy a device from Apple or whenever I spend something on my wants, so there must be a differentiation between wants and needs. So if I'm investing anything, or let's say if I'm spending anything on my wants, I should be investing the same amount on different, let's say, asset classes, let's say stocks, or let's say buying a piece of property. We can discuss how a piece of property can be purchased, but the amount which is invested in your wants should also be invested elsewhere. So for me, I whenever I buy an Apple device, I always invest the same amount in Apple stocks. This is not an investment advice, but this is how I do it. And I've seen it having, like, I've been doing this for the last 4 years or 5 years, and it give me a great result as well. But at the same time, we know that what happened with BlackBerry, what happened with Nokia. So this is not something which everyone should go and start doing it. But you need to have some kind of knowledge and skills to think about where to deploy your extra cash or where to deploy your investment. So this is what we are going to discuss as well, and it's very common sense, and it's not difficult at all as it looks like. So we try to simplify things in our sessions, and it's not only about investments and making money and doing things. The session from Hamad and Nadeem. Uh, okay, you're sharing something.
No, no, no. Continue.
Okay. The session
Yeah,
from Hamad and Nadeem focuses not only on making money, but how to leverage your time, how to be good in your career, and so many things. So to be a better person of yourself. So there are so many things that Hamad and Nadeem are going to be covering apart from investments and savings that I have covered already in the first day, the second day of cohort. And then if the next cohort comes, we of course we are going to have the similar kind of session. Also, the feel of community I'm going to talk about later on after you finish this, because the feel
yeah,
of community is very important.
absolutely. So, I was just thinking as to what are like 10 things that had I learned it like at the age of 25, I would have saved like a lot more. I would have created a lot more wealth for myself. Um, and like it, I came up with these 10 things. I'm sure there are more, but at least these 10 things. Budgeting. I had no clue about budgeting. Tax, I mean, okay, somebody will file it because as long as I was an employee, somebody would file my tax. Basic investment thoughts, like, you should actually invest. The foundational investment thought is I should invest. And then wealth creation. What do you mean by wealth creation? Like, still, when we speak to people, a lot of like my own daughters, like elder one is working, if I talk to her and say, what do you mean by wealth creation? She would not. She would mostly talk about maybe savings, but not wealth creation. Insurance, like, I bought an insurance, my life insurance. I don't know how it came to my mind. There was a time when in Karachi there were a lot of riots going on and a lot of people were like killed on the streets. And I had a loan, like I'm the eldest in the family, so there was a loan, house building loan. I said, if somebody kills me, if I die tomorrow, at least my mother and my sisters and my younger brother, they should not suffer. So I bought an insurance, life insurance for 200,000 rupees. because there were circumstances that are kind of led me to that thing, thinking debt management, credit management, retirement planning. Like, when even like I know I went to Pakistan after 3 years in 2022. People who used to work with me at British consulate, we met, and at that point in time, like I was almost 58, like at that, yeah, 57, and they were almost at the same age, and they say, Hamad, please tell us, how do we plan our retirement? They had not, so they were saving money, but there was no plan. Financial negotiation. So do you negotiate with your lender? Do you negotiate when you buy things? Shamelessly negotiating is not what we learn. And of course, emergency fund planning. I think these are some of the reasons that actually stop us from achieving our financial freedom. And I thought I should share this with you. And to be very honest, it's not about putting money into gold or putting money into, unfortunately, Bitcoin. I'm not a big fan of Bitcoin or meme coin or whatever. The point is, we need to learn to save, to invest smartly, and to generate wealth of our savings. And the excellent opportunity that we have is by using our knowledge, skill, and experience in creating our wealth.
So,
So
Ahmad
in
sir,
most of the cases, Daziba, you would agree. Sorry, you would agree that people.
yeah, let me share
Yes, please
something
go ahead.
that when I started my side hustle thinking or mindset, so although I had always feared that if I will go to a side hustle, do I need to start with my rent or education? So that was a mistake people think, and there is a demotivation started because they were not able to cover their big expenses. So I realized after some time that I should not focus on the big expenses first. I should focus on the small expenses. I started focusing on my mobile bill. And when I created the course, so first thing happened with me, I started covering my monthly mobile bill. And then my course going into the big sales, so I started covering my wife mobile bill. Similarly, I started covering my breakfast. I started today, after a few months of my journey, I have covered everything from my side hustle except rent and education. So my grocery, my mobile bill, my electricity bill, these kind of things, I'm covering from my side hustle within few months of period. So if you have this passion, I think that will help you a lot. And that mindset came last year to me. It was not before like this. So the moment we start thinking kind of this mindset, you will always feel guilty when you have enough money in your account. This is the issue. So today you are happy to see your bank account and you see I have big amount of money in my bank. That is not a good sign, by the way. You have to make this money to work for you. It's not about you are saving this money and keeping in your money and you are daily basis seeing the balances and making yourself happy. It will not make you happy. This is a sad news that you are keeping this money and not rotating to generate extra money. So you have to invest somewhere this money, and that is a real financial freedom you will feel after a few time.
That is correct. That is correct. All right. So this is like sharing our own journey. Bali,
I
I'm
think
very
we have
very
many
inspired.
questions in line.
Yeah. So let's. This is what I was saying. Let's go to question, and anyone who wants to turn on their camera and join us here so that we could see who you are. You are more than welcome to do that, and you can also turn on turn on your
The
microphone and
preference would
ask
be on
questions.
for the questions which are asked on camera.
Yes, yes. So, we prefer you to ask questions when, by turning on your
Anyone who wants
camera.
to speak from our current batch, you are happy to speak your
Yes,
experience and
I could
everything.
I
So,
could see few joining in from our
yeah,
ongoing batch. So if anybody wants to join in, yeah, you are more than welcome. Yeah. All
feel
right.
free to speak.
So who has? Let's look at some questions then. But why don't we allow those who want to turn on their camera and microphone to ask questions
Yeah,
first?
better.
So Jabbar and Samir, if you have any specific question, and language is no barrier. If you're more comfortable in Urdu, Hindi, please go ahead. But we will try to respond in English because we are recording it as well. Yes, Jabbar.
Sir, Assalamu alaikum. Can I
Jabbar,
say something, sir?
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Assalam.
Sir, thank you so much. It is one of the milestone meeting you guys and talking with you guys. I was watching you on YouTube. So I'm excited. Plus, I'm learning from you guys. Thank you very much. We're talking about, like, as Mr. Nadeem said, so he was covering his small expenses by doing something. So how keeping the money in the bank, or on fixed deposit or something, or INPC, you feel safe that the money will grow, right? But in investing, without having knowledge, I feel afraid that, okay, I'm going to invest in something, but will not be giving me either, it will give me profit or no, fear of losing the money by investing.
Yeah. So you're breaking, Jabbar. You're breaking, but I think we got the gist of your
Yeah, we got
question.
yes.
Yeah. So fear of losing money when you invest. Uh, but
True.
at the same time, there's one big asset we all have. Everyone sitting in this room. That is our knowledge that we have, and that knowledge can start generating revenue. And once you have extra revenue coming in, you become more, I would say, you are more brave to invest money because now you're generating it from somewhere. And that's why smart saving and wise investment are two things that we need to really think of. And Wali specializes in personal finance. So, Wali, you want to add something?
Yeah, actually, what you need to do is to create a mindset before investing, because if you do not have the mindset, whatever information you have, whatever technical knowledge you have, fundamental knowledge you have, it will be of no use. If you are always worried about your money, it's going to lose the value even by investing, and it will happen because this is how stock markets or any other investments work. I mean, not only stock market, you can lose money while, let's say, you are investing in a property. So first of all, you have to change the mindset. Secondly, you have to invest in places which are good. I mean, fundamentally, these should be good. Either they are stocks or either they are properties. They should be vetted by yourself. And then, in case something happens, then in case, let's say, COVID happens or financial crunch happens, this is not on you. This is nature's way of doing things. So you cannot do a lot in that. So for that, what you need to do is, whenever you're spending, spend, or sorry, not spending, whenever you're investing, invest for a very long period of time. Only then you will not have a mindset that, let's say, if the investment goes down, you do not have to worry about thinking about next year's expenses, because I invest always for something which is very long term, and wherever I'm investing depends on what kind of goal I have with that investment. Let's say if I have a goal to save and invest for my kids' education, and my eldest son is going to go to the university next year, I must have that fund at least for 2 years invested in a place which will not go down at all in the value. Let's say I won't invest in the stock market at all. Let it be whatever the safest investment it could. There are people who invest like that, but I won't be doing that kind of bet. Let's say if I have a child who is going to go to the university in 10 years time, that amount I can invest in the stock market, and then I will be also doing dollar cost averaging. Now, dollar cost averaging is something, let's say you are constantly investing all the time, every month, whether the markets are down, whether the markets are up, you have to keep on investing. And also, I'm not going to invest in the specific stocks, or if I invest in specific stocks, I have some compulsion to do that. So this is the mindset that you need to develop for investing. Otherwise, people I know are even worried about investing in safe assets as well. Let's say they just say that this specific country will go bankrupt and I don't want to invest in, let's say, Pakistan. But I've been telling on my YouTube channel for the last 4 and 5 years, this will not happen. And you do not have to worry about such kind of things. But there are so many other factors. Of course, I won't be able to cover all of them. But this is something is coming from the mindset, and investing a small amount. If you go and invest all the amount that you have, of course you have panic attacks once the market goes down. So you have to keep on investing a small amount and start learning that, because learning is also important. They very famously say that learn before you earn. So this is very important. Yes. Anyone else?
Sir,
And
if I can,
interesting.
if I'm sorry,
Sure,
sorry.
please go
Yeah.
ahead. So, Jabbar,
Okay,
Yeah.
if I
just
may
I
ask
have a
another
question for you. I have a question for you. Uh, so,
By,
at
by the way, Jabbar is joining next session, I think, next batch.
Okay.
Okay.
So it will
Okay.
be
Great.
fun. So what do you do, Jabbar? What do you do?
Sir, sir, I am working in a private company as an executive manager, but my background is finance. I did masters in business studies. So
Okay.
I did my master while I was working. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
So
sir, question regarding the
so
insurance you
what I
mentioned,
wanted to
right?
tell you, what I
Sorry, yeah.
wanted to tell you is something very interesting. So people do skydive, people do scuba diving, right? I'm too scared to do that because I don't know. I mean, I have a fear that I'll probably die, right? People
Very right.
fly across Atlantic, 14, 15 hours flight, and we get turbulence and we get everything, but we are quite confident, right? We sit and we enjoy our meal. Why? Right? So
Got it.
the
Got it.
fear comes because we are unaware. When we are aware, then the fear will go away.
True.
So
Very true.
go ahead.
So may I ask one question? You mentioned about the insurance. So what do you suggest regarding the insurance? Okay, if you have a certain wealth and you are in a specific age, what's the formula to calculate? Okay, you should do your insurance of that much amount. And how do you like you did your insurance at your early age? So what was the thinking, or how much? For example, me, I'm 40 at the moment. I have two kids. So how much I should insure, and at what age I should do the insurance?
No, you're asking me.
I'm asking you
So,
about myself, how it should be. Like, what should be the mindset of a person?
I mean, to be very frank, that point in time, there was a special circumstances in which I took a life insurance, right? Because again, uh, I was thinking that I might die. Somebody is going to shoot me, and I would not know. So I'm just showing you the reality of it. Now that was
Yeah.
a fear. It was not a calculated thing. It was just a fear. I did a bit of calculation. I said, okay, my family had to repay House Building Finance Corporation, I think about 180,000 rupees. If I take an insurance of 200,000, at least they are covered. So, but it was not a very smart move, right? No, but
Mm,
a smart move because of that circumstances. So everyone has his or her own circumstances. Maybe you don't need an insurance. Maybe you have other avenues to explore. So when you come in the program, then we'll probably do a much deeper dive into it. But it's a beautiful question. Thank you very much.
thank you.
Sami, you have anything to ask or?
Yeah, hi, Assalamu alaikum to everybody.
Wa alaikum
Welcome.
salam.
What I wanted to ask, I have actually twofold question. One was related to the YouTube that I have asked it earlier, but I was very unclear of the outcome of this one. The question was that if I am having a YouTube channel and it is growing slowly as its own organic pace, and if I choose to have say paid ads run on it, so to boost the reach, or to go
Mhm.
for the or to reach the monetization earlier, and
Mhm.
I choose the countries as UAE and India and Pakistan, and
Mhm.
later on, if I later on at one point I will have to stop running the paid ads. Does it actually like I have a hunch that they are using bots for to just to spread the reach, and later on the bots will never be there at all. So is it that way, or has anybody has experienced something else? This is one.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Should we
Yeah.
respond to this first?
Yes,
Yeah,
go
first
ahead.
respond to this first.
Okay. So first of all, so this is the beauty of this cohort that I get to ask the questions. Two of my close to heart things. Like one is personal finance, the other thing is about social media. So social media is really close to my heart after personal finance. Talking about personal finance. To be honest, if you are having a personal brand, let's say yourself, it's not a good idea at all to promote it through paid ads on YouTube or any other platform. If you have a company, or if you have, let's say, for our case, let's say if it's a course or any product that you want to sell, doing a paid marketing makes sense. But still, it has to be it has so many other technical issues that you need to go into. But for personal brand or personal profile, it is not a good idea, because let's say you are like pumping out videos, and you're pumping out videos for some specific niche people, and then you pay YouTube to show them, and then those people might somehow get to it, or they don't. I mean, it's not really targeted. But later on, once you stop paying them, those people definitely would not come to you. They might subscribe to you, but they will not see your content, which was seen organically, unorganically before. So organic reach is very, very important in all the platforms. So I have seen all the people that I have seen that have paid, promoted their videos through paid promotion. They did not do well after this, and we have examples in our YouTube community as well, that those people are really let's say struggling afterwards, although they are still keeping the same channel, but they struggled afterwards once they stopped paid promotion, and it makes sense. So it is a slow growth in the beginning, but for sure it's not the way. Like paid promotion is not the way.
I understand.
Organic is the best, because organic is so in the program, if you're joining the program, I'm going to talk about something called how to economy. If we could understand how to economy, we can actually rapidly grow our social outreach. And you end up spending a lot of money, nothing is going to happen, because ultimately a platform will only show your videos to wider community if it is organically growing. If it actually worked, I would only watch that video. So we've got 28 people sitting in the room. Why are you sitting in this room? Just think about it. You're sitting in the room because you want to draw some value of this conversation, out of this conversation, right? If you don't, you will go, you will drop off, right? If you don't have time, you will drop off. If you don't have time, but still you're drawing value, you will stay here. It's like going to a doctor. Sometimes you go to a doctor and you have to wait in the queue for, like in Canada, we call it, going to an emergency means 7 to 8 hours of sitting outside because of the queue. But we are sitting there because we have to see a doctor, right?
Yeah.
That's the value. So just think about it. Social media is amazing. One of my clients, he's in project management, and I suggested him to start TikTok. I said, TikTok, who's going to watch me on TikTok? So you start. His first lead came from TikTok. So it will surprise you. Social media will surprise you. You don't know who is watching from where. Most of my clients sign up. They've been watching me for 2-3 years, and then they sign up for my full program. So it
And
is, yeah. Anyway.
Hamasa, what happened? I tell you one story, because not everybody is liking and commenting on your post on LinkedIn, right?
Yeah.
But doesn't mean they are not watching you. I have many friends in my circle, and they watch every content I upload on LinkedIn, but they never liked it. But whenever we sit together, they refer every content I'm posting. Nothing, your content, your video was good, your page was good. So everybody is watching. You cannot imagine what is the impact you are creating on social media when you are putting the value. If you are not putting value, whatever the content is, it will not work. It will not work. Even you will boost it, it will not work in the future, in the long run.
Yeah, absolutely. And what was your
The
second
content is
question?
the king, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one I will agree on the content on being the king. Like I've been active on LinkedIn for many years, but not the kind of activity I've done it for the past around 4 months. 4 months back only I started being very serious on it. Before that I had something like a 4,500 followers something, and I said okay, let me go active. Then I went active and I'm posting daily contents.
I tell you one thing, Samir.
Yeah.
I don't know Wali will agree or not, because Wali is a YouTuber. So you can push people from LinkedIn to YouTube, but it's so difficult to bring people from YouTube to LinkedIn. I don't know. This is what I am feeling actually.
From
No,
YouTube
it's
to LinkedIn.
it's
I'm quite
difficult.
sure Wali will disagree because Wali is pulling people from YouTube
Yes.
to LinkedIn.
Wali is
Yeah,
managing both platforms.
no, but it's very difficult in any case to pull people from one platform to the other. It's
Yeah.
a small percentage of people that you can
Yeah.
send to one, because these platforms are native and they want to people to make content for those platforms only, and they will not promote their audience for that. One example I want to give you for this whole scenario. To once you start giving value, I have two examples here. One is Nadeem, who created value, who gave I think 200 sessions for free in the beginning, And people, of course, would love to talk to someone like Nadeem for their mentorship or whatever the issues they have. The second example is my son himself. He's just in A level right now, and he's making videos on YouTube. And because of those videos, he's having these free sessions that he's offering to people, the small young people like of his age, and they are connecting with him, and they're connecting for half an hour, and then they give a great testimonial for him on LinkedIn and other social media platforms. So you have to, of course, give value first, and then something which is in the form of, let's say, viewership or monetization. Or because in the beginning you might not get monetization. I was not able to get monetized in the first, let's say 7 or 8 months. I was lucky to be in the like having the monetization within 8 or 9 months. I've seen people not able to monetize, not in terms of Google AdSense, but in any kind of making money in the beginning of, let's say, for 3 years, 4 years even, and then after that they get some kind of result from social media.
So just wanted to give you, those who are with me, an example of organic growth. Now, this video is, all my videos are very casual. Like I would just think of something and I just do the video. So this video, 1 week ago, I posted this video. And if you see, LinkedIn has shown this video this many time on the screen. And total 13,324 views. And this is like, I think, under 1 minute video, I think. And look at the watch time, 29 hours and 5 minutes. People have watched it. Organic. So the beauty is organic. Again, I think we are kind of deviating into another discussion. But like whoever is coming to the program, this is the topic that I want to cover in my session, which is solopreneurship, as to what are some of the things we need to look at and how do we actually use our knowledge and experience creating our own program that will start bringing in some interesting revenues for us. So there is another question from Aha. I don't know who Aha. If you're still here, please raise your hand so we know that you are here. I don't see
Okay,
you.
this is Adnan here. This is
Okay,
Adnan here.
Adnan.
Yeah.
Okay, I can see you now.
To,
I can't see you. Yeah, I can
yes.
see you now. All right. So you have all this experience, and your question is, so anything which is up here will go under ground also with us, whatever I'm thinking,
That's right.
whatever I
Yeah.
know. So your knowledge actually helps you when you share that knowledge. Very simple, right? That's why people write books. That's why people do podcasts. And that's why people like Wally make more money using LinkedIn, right? So he shares his knowledge. I share my knowledge. So you have this knowledge. Maybe the challenge for you, maybe, because I don't know, challenge is how do you put that knowledge, how do you package that knowledge that it actually becomes sellable,
Absolutely. Yeah.
right? So what Wali, me, and Nadeem has done, so I've been doing it a little longer. I think I've been doing it for 20 years, but of course, what Wali did and Nadeem also is an amazing example of how do you package that knowledge that it becomes sellable. This particular program that we are running now, which is Money Mindset Masterclass, is also a result of packaging our knowledge into a sellable product. So often what we think is, okay, we know this and somebody will need that information. But translating that information into a more humanized manner is what we are missing. That's one point. And something that we will discuss in the actual program in my session is how many ideas do we have? How many ideas do we have? If we have too many ideas, then we have no idea, to be very frank. So we have to start from somewhere. In Wali's inspiration, I restarted my journey on YouTube. So I just uploaded my first podcast on YouTube. Now, this is also something that I keep sharing. Gary Vee created his YouTube channel in 1998. I also created my channel in 1998. What is the difference between the two? Why he has, I think, 40 million followers or something, huge following. And why do I have only 4,000 following? I did not know how to package it. He knew how to package it, right? So if we could learn how to package our knowledge into a sellable product, then somebody will buy. I gave you this example of three of us putting it together, and we were happy. Okay, proof of concept, 6 people have enrolled for the first program, and we were happy. So it was not about making money because if we generate $600,000, $700 of it, split it three of us, we are not going to get anything, right? It's like
Yeah, it's
little amount of
nothing. It's
money,
nothing. Yes,
right?
yeah.
But it's the proof of concept. So if we could bring this whole thing or sell this, Ziabai, coming to you, sell this to a smaller group, we could scale it and sell it to 20 people, right? And that's where you start making money. But we got 16, which means that the proof of concept was kind of went into like a more stronger, assurance to us. And now that we have ran 2 sessions, we are over the moon, to be very frank. We are so delighted that we actually start. So what it is, it's creating that little bait that will bring in some. So, if you join in, maybe you are interested, then we'll be able to talk more about
Yes,
it.
I have
But
enrolled.
content,
I have
sorry,
enrolled myself on the
you have.
8th of February
Awesome.
batch.
So, we are going to talk it
So
in detail, and then you will be part of the community as well. So whoever is enrolled, the beauty is the community. Once you are in the community, then, the discussion will continue. We'll keep learning from each other. Ziabai, you raise your hand, please, if you could turn on
Thank
your
you very
mic.
much, all three of you. It's pleasure listening to all three of you. I just want to tell you one thing. I was lucky enough at an early age. I got a mentor like Wali, non-finance guy. So, going back to the Sayyid point, we become what we want to. We have never thought of financial freedom. Most of us at early age, that is why we are never there. So this is a good time, and myself and my son, who is studying in bachelor's, we will enroll this program together. I want him to learn at an early stage from all three of you.
Awesome.
And Ziabai's
Awesome.
story is so inspiring. Now he enrolled in my bigger program as well. And I said, why do you need it? I called him. I said, you don't, why are you spending your whatever $600-700 into enrolling my program? And he said, no, I really want to, because Zia Bhai has been awarded as the most influential CFO in Saudi Arabia. So someone at this level, why do you?
Wow.
So yeah,
And
absolutely. You
and I
should
didn't know
bring him
that
on
he's
your
following
podcast.
me.
Yeah, you bring him on the podcast.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
actually won that award. So someone at
Wow.
that level is investing into his own growth. That's really inspiring. So, anyways, Devi, thank you very much. And we've got Jawad join. Sure,
Actually,
please go ahead.
Zia and myself are also part of another community,
Yes,
which is
Mecca.
our C from Mecca community.
Yes.
And so delighted to see Zia here. Zia is, by the way, chartered accountant, and he is still willing to learn money mindset. So it's mean this is something not taught in our any education, whether you're a pilot, you're an engineer, or accountant. It's something out of the box, and everybody has to learn who is living on this planet.
Absolutely.
And one thing to add
Hmm.
here, as Mr. Zia said that he's going to take the course alongside his son, I would definitely ask people to take this course alongside their spouses, because this is very,
Yes,
very important that if some family is there, the both the spouse should be on the same line. Maybe the goal can be the same. The goal should be the same. The path can be different, but once you start talking on the same terms, maybe the path can be the same as well. So this is very important. If you have your spouse with you, it would be great.
And Wali, we have, I think, one student, Kanza, who is sponsored by her
yes,
sister.
yes.
Yes.
So people are gifting this course to their family members or friends.
Yeah, she is
just a
an
quick
ACCA
question.
student, a very young girl,
Yeah.
and she got a gift from her sister to join the program. Yes, Samir.
Just a quick question. Just a quick question. This course you have mentioned that's going to be 4 weeks long. So each session is going to be like 1 hour, or is there a specific time duration for that, or it's just
Yes,
open-ended?
2 hours. 2 hours
2
is
hours.
what we have designed it for, but Wali's session went on to almost 3 hours. Um,
Okay.
and the way I mean, see, as I said, it's not about we want to charge because we don't want to give it for free. Because when you pay, you put your skin in the game, you stick there. Like, you
Makes
want to
sense.
learn. Otherwise, there's so much available on free. People don't
Yeah.
learn from free stuff. So that's one reason. The other reason is that when we are in a session, we want to give as much as we can, right?
Mm.
So it's not going to be, so it could be 2 hours is what we are thinking of, but
Okay.
as Wali went on to almost 3 hours, I don't know how much Nadeem. So
Once a week?
once a week, we are doing it on Saturday. Like I don't know where you are. It's Saturday afternoon in the
It's 3
GCC.
p.m. Dubai time.
Yeah.
Okay,
And very
that's
early in the
good.
morning for me. I had to get up at 5 a.m. to do it, but it's very, very exciting.
And the beauty of this program, I think, what's your name? Who's
Adnan.
talking now?
Adnan.
Adnan.
Adnan, the beauty of this program that you will be bringing into the community where myself, Wali, and Hamad Saab is there, and it's very interactive community. We are engaging them in different discussion. It's not about they have paid and they are gone. So it's a continuous journey. They are with us, and they will remain with us until we are alive in this world, inshallah.
Right. Okay. Thanks for the insights. Looking forward.
Yeah. Sunny, you want to ask something?
And the question, a suggestion is that if you record the sessions, later on it can be used, or you can
Yeah.
keep it as a digital program, but it can be given to people who are actually don't have the actual that time when you are live. That is like me. When your timing is there, I'm not able to join is because I am at work or almost finishing work and coming home. I am not able to join
No,
with
but it's
the
already
focus I
recorded and
wanted
it's
to do.
uploaded as well. It's
We
uploaded as
recorded
well.
the session. It's uploaded in the platform. You can watch anytime.
Inshallah, I will try that.
Yeah.
The question what I had, the second question which I wanted to ask, that I have a couple of ideas to create the digital program, but this is related to my field. I am a chef who's been in this line for something close to around 27 years now. And what I wanted to bring into the people who are younger people who are actually who are struggling right now to find a way to pave a way for themselves and to grow. If I have to go and start developing programs and do the sessions, how should I be going about it? I have tried. No, I've not actually tried seriously. But would that be a LinkedIn thing, or would that be a YouTube thing, or I have to go to Facebook somewhere where I'm not at
May
all?
I answer on this, Samir?
Yes, please.
Yeah, because I recently did this job, and believe me, people will not buy a course from you unless they trust on you, right?
Yeah.
So you have to invest time on building trust on the people. You have to go. I did 2 to 3 years free coaching,
Yes.
and I did for more than 300 people in 3 years. And after that, these 300 people will become my ambassador. They were promoting me instead of me. So the trust was so strong. So whenever I launched my course, it started sold. So that is the journey you have to come in. You cannot sell from tomorrow, please purchase my, because trust is the thing which you cannot instruct any people, plus trust me. It's not like this, You
It
can
doesn't work.
trust will not work, please trust me. Nobody will trust you if you are saying something. You have to come into that journey. You have to spend time on creating value, that you will come into that position that you will start selling it. And that is, you need patience. So
Yes.
consistency is the key.
And you have
I
to start
understand. I
from somewhere.
understand.
A lot of people struggle. So, and I can feel that in your case as well, Samir. You want to do it, but I think you haven't started. So once you start doing it, then you will learn. Adult learning is all about experiential learning. Remember that. This one word, experiential learning. What we are doing here is the chat, right? But it's also experiential learning. You're learning, we are learning from you as well. So, and it's always bilateral or trilateral. So, and all the trust factors. So just wanted to share with you a little story. So I've got an online program as well. So I recorded pre-recorded programs, and I think I'm quite pro in that. I usually can create programs very, very quickly. And I've got a little team. So I've grown. I've got a little team that works with me. I've got the editor, I've got the marketing. So, I've grown to that point where I could afford it. Now, often my team reaches out to me, or somebody reaches out to me from the community saying that somebody has stolen your course, because now, regardless of how secure your portal is, you can still download courses. So take the course and they're selling it for half the price. I said, fantastic. This is amazing. Let them sell. Because whoever is reading the course, it's not about how much he or she has paid. They're watching me, right? Ultimately, they will follow me. Ultimately, they will come when they have more money to pay me, and they will arrange like into one-to-one consulting with me, or come to work with me on a long-term basis. So, but one has to have a big heart. Initially, like when somebody showed me for the first time that somebody stolen my course, I was so upset. I was so upset. And then only I realized, okay, no, let them do it, because how many courses will they sell? 10, 15, maybe, but they're actually sending my message to those 10 to 15 more people that I am unable to reach out to.
I
Starting is the
totally
key.
I totally like hear you on this one. I share you my experience. Like this happened like say 2 weeks back. I was speaking to one of my colleagues and I was finalizing few recipes. It was a set of around 44 recipes. So that was for a menu. So see, this is my line. So I can only give you examples from my line. So these recipes were like originals, like this have been created, tweaked in a way that this has never been used anywhere else. So my colleague was watching this thing and he said, Chef, this is very nice. Can you share it to me? I said, yeah, no problem. Without hesitation, I put it on a Google Drive and I shared it with him. And he saw it and then he was so amazed. He said, why did you give it to me? I said, because you asked. I said, but that makes your value go down. And I just took about 15 seconds I took to think about it. I said, no, actually. But what is your thought process? Why you say that? He said, because you gave me your knowledge. This knowledge was yours. Completely. You created those. So I said, okay, let me tell you something. I gave you those 44 recipes. Your value went up. I totally agree with you. You have additional piece of knowledge with you right now, which was not there with you, which was not yours also. So now you
Yeah.
have it, which is good for you. But it does not make my value go down. It will eventually, in long term, my value will go up. My value never goes down because I created those recipes. And if you have to
Definitely.
create those recipes, you will find a hell lot of difficulty to create those because you have never done it from the scratch.
That is
Yeah,
correct.
you should not have that kind of fear.
Yeah.
No, you should not. If
So
once you do it
give
enough
as
time, like
much as you
Hamad sir has
can.
said,
Give
you
as much
can
as
you
much
get
you
to that
as you
point.
can. Use as many platform as you can. Reach out to as many audience as you can, and then you will see that people like Mohammad Jawad joining in from Pakistan. Then you will see Jabbar joining in from Saudi Arabia. Then you will see somebody joining in from Australia. The voice will reach out to those people. So we've gone a little over our time for this session, but thank you very much for joining in. And those who have not signed up as yet and they're interested, I just wanted to share with you that there's a 25% discount available if somebody signs up in the next 48 hours. After that, it will be full price. And if you sign up within the next 48 hours, you will get this 25% discount on this program. It will be a 4 weeks with three of us. So our first day is setting the tone, and that setting the tone stuff is also is where you are actually creating that community, because we believe that your community is the biggest support that you have, and that's a family that we really want to create across all the continents, technically speaking. And then after that, the bigger training session, Wali takes the responsibility where he talks about investments and how he did it and what are some of the things that we should be doing, calculating ROIs, long-term investments, and everything. Then after that, the third week is going to be Nadeem, and Nadeem Bhai is going to talk about personal development and how it all helps in changing the mindset. And the fourth week is where I come in and I share my strategies, my journey as a solopreneur, where you actually can use your knowledge and monetize that knowledge in creating your opportunities. So this is the plan. Anybody who wants to join in, please join in. Did I not share the right link, Nadi? I
No,
think
no,
I
I
shared
have.
the
I didn't notice you shared actually.
okay.
Share that
So
on LinkedIn as well.
yeah,
LinkedIn Live as well.
I shared that here there as well. And so this is the plan. I know Sridharji is in the program, and now Sridharji is like at his level. Just think about it. I was surprised when he said he wanted to join in. He's a very senior finance professional based out of Saudi Arabia. He is also, I think, the head of or the top person in Toastmasters Club. He's an amazing person, and he wanted to join in, and he is in the program. And that actually gives us a lot of courage, and to me, that's the proof of concept. When people realize that how important it is for them to learn something, you have made it. So I think three of us has made it, and also there's a little progress in this whole scenario. We are going to create our own website also. The domain name has been registered, which is moneymindsetacademy.org. Only today, just before the session, we found that domain name, we bought it, and we think, or rather, we imagine it has to be a global scenario, global phenomena, particularly our Desi community, India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh. We hardly try to learn about financial management and financial freedom. That's where we actually want to kind of impact the community. So any last words from Nadeem bhai and Wali bhai, then we can close the session. You're on mute, Wali.
Okay. Yes. I'm sorry. So it's a great session, and again, we in the beginning we were thinking what should we talk about, and then the floodgates open. So many things and so many ideas comes from the audience as well. There was a very good question from I think Jabbar about insurance or the age of insurance, because I never thought about in that sense, because we always talk about insurance in terms of the expenses that you can foresee in next 5 years or 6 years or 10 years for your family. But this is a good question. I think I will ponder over it and what to in all the senses that we can. So yeah, this is the beauty of a community, that once I even have 2,000 people on my WhatsApp free community, and whenever I just go through the chat, I get so many information from those people that they're talking with each other. So this is why I encourage everyone to go for content creation. It's not, again, as I said before as well, with content creation we talk about collaboration. In regular businesses we talk about competition. So collaboration is very important for growth, for our growth as well. So if somebody is talking even in the same niche that I'm in right now, I'm only going to learn more from those people. Yeah, this is it from myself.
So from my side, we all are living outside our country, and job loss damage is very serious. I have faced in my life, and recovery of damage is so difficult for us. So take action before this damage is coming. It might come, it might not come, but we have to be ready for this, and you have to create your side hustle that will give you a lot of confidence. Even you are working, you're not working. So prepare yourself for the future. It might happen with anybody. And by the way, my personal development program is covering this kind of part, how you have to cover your job loss and how you have to recover this damage. So thank you so much for everyone joining the session, and I'm excited to see you in the session.
Thank you. 8th of February is the date where we are starting. I think my camera went off. So 8th of February, when we are starting the next session, and yeah, so it will be 8th of February, and we'll probably do 2 sessions back to back because we want to finish it before Ramadan. And yeah, so see you all. And if you think this has benefited you, this session, and those who are in the community already, if you want to recommend this session to someone in your own space, please do so. And as I said, it's a discount going on at this point in time for the next 48 hours. So why not avail that discount of $50, $49, and join in the program? And technically speaking, so I'm a marketing guy. So I think from a very marketing perspective, if you calculate it in the whole year, there are 365 days, 365 days. And if you, so if it's $150, you divide it by 365 days. I'm not a mathematician, but it's less than 50 cents a day. If you spend less than 50 cents a day in your personal development, in 4 weeks, you gain something of it, and you actually start putting it together for your own self, creating your pathway. Is it not a good investment to make? So I will just leave this whole conversation here, and hopefully we'll see you in the session or starting on 8th of February. And by the way,
I would ask
so
everyone.
let me just finish this, Wali.
Okay.
The secret sessions will continue. Every 2 weeks, we'll try to do a secret webinar. And in that webinar, those webinars also, we would want you to bring in more audience. Yes, Wali.
I would ask everyone to, if possible, they can post this on LinkedIn.
Yes.
I will add the screenshot of this. Just a minute. Let me add the screenshot here so that we have this word going to many people. I've attached the screenshot here, so you can download and post it with your thoughts about the session, and then we can definitely engage with the post. Tag us there as well.
Yeah, tag me and Wali and Nadeem bhai, and we will definitely comment and boost your visibility on LinkedIn. Thank you very much. Bye bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Bye.